Good day and welcome to this very quick, this time I promise, author update video. It's going up late, but it's going out on Monday, and so I'm being consistent. Consistency is key. So says my guru, Denzel Washington. Alrighty then, we're going to jump right into reading the last little bit that I wrote. Okay. So here we have Angie's having a bit of a day on her own. She's lost her job and some other things are going on. So here we go. Ready? Angie stood and rinsed her dishes, loading them in the dishwasher. Tiger came looking for a treat. Tiger's a cat. She obliged and straightened. Well, Tiger, why am I writing anyway? I sure don't want to be famous. Tiger didn't say anything, since he was occupied by cleaning himself. She wasn't writing so she could get rich either, although that would be great. She just loved writing her stories. And she wanted to be good enough at it that others would want to read her stories. Sound familiar? Oh, yeah. It certainly wouldn't hurt to explore being an indie author at the same time she was querying. I mean, why not? Unemployment was making her crazy. First a 10K and a half marathon, and now this? She sat back down and started the process of creating an account on one of the self-publishing platforms. Why wait? And what did she have to lose? She was already 30 and was only just now realizing how much she wanted to make this writing thing work out. She couldn't waste any more time. Besides, after kissing Pete tonight, this would give them even more to talk about. Alrighty, so yeah. Let's give this quick update. The projects that are going on. The writing streak remains in force. It's been going really well. Actually, I'm very happy about it. I have written every day this month, and as well as February. February, I missed one day, every working day. The goal was to be at 50,000 words by this video. I'm not there. I'm at 45,800, which is pretty solid. That means I wrote about 13,000 words. I should have gotten, the 18,000 I needed. But doing better. I'm just having a little trouble getting the work done when I'm sitting down. I'm not getting quite enough sitting down time either. I need to try to move some things away. This week is looking good for that. Okay. So the goal, of course, is to be done with this first draft by Monday. I still have that goal. Still going to push. In order to get that, though, I am in chapter, I have 33 chapters. I am starting to write chapter 21, so I have 13 chapters to write. In order to get that done by Monday, I have 5 working days after today, before Monday, right? I need to absolutely write at least 2 chapters, usually 3 chapters a day in order to make that work. The chapters are anywhere from 1,500 to 3,500 words. The shorter the chapter, the better, because it's a romance book anyway. So I know I need to just shoot for 3 chapters a day. If I can do that, I'm gold. Okay, a couple more things. I think I have found the art style I want to use for the illustrations that I'm going to use for the covers. I did a lot of digging around. I tried several sources for the kind of art that I was looking for, and I think I found it. I'm going to mess with it a little bit, see if I can play with it, and use it for the way I want to for the covers. But it looks good. I kind of like the feeling that it's giving me. It's got a nice vibe for the Healing Hearts series that I'm working on. So that's exciting. A little more consideration, a little more investigation. I already mentioned that my events are farmers markets, or like May through September in Orem. I'll do a couple in Draper. I've got the Authorpalooza in Montpelier, Idaho. Doing well on sleep. Actually, I'm really well rested, doing great. I've hardly needed to use any caffeine to boost things. Sunday was my worst night. I stayed up way too late last night, catching up on a couple of episodes, like usual. So I need to find a way to want to go to bed earlier on Sunday night, and maybe even replace it with something else, or find a plan for how to fix that. Exercising, I moved a lot more last week. I averaged 10,000 steps almost every day. Just Saturday and Sunday were not that well. I need to find a way to move more on Saturday. Sunday, I'm not going to worry about. Day of rest. I didn't lift as much last week, and I'm actually taking it easy this week. I think I strained my biceps or something in my right side. I don't know what's going on. Doesn't matter. So, as I said, my goal is to finish the book by Monday. It's going to be about 75,000 words from what it's looking like. Okay, so here's what I want to suggest for writing and creative folks. Sometimes when we actually are able to make the time, we struggle to actually get the work done. So here's what I'm finding is helping me get it done. If I start the day by looking at my schedule and see exactly where I'm going to write, that helps me. And then as I'm going through my day, if I'm working towards making sure I've got that time, I tend to be more ready and in the headspace to sit down and actually get to work. Once I sit down and get to work, a good ritual helps me. Maybe I sit down, I turn on some music and listen to one song without doing anything, just to kind of get myself in the mood. There's a couple of songs that I listen to right now to try to get in the vibe for the romance books. That's helping. Yes, one is by this old artist named John Cicada. He's pretty cool. And another one is currently by Glenn Hansard. He's also pretty cool. So I listen to a song and I will reread what I wrote before and read my blurb of what I need to write, and then I'll just try to go for it. And I'll say, okay, let's at least get 10 minutes of a burst of activity, and that gets me there, especially when I'm in the groove like I am today. So, or these days. Find a ritual that works for you, that leads to your creativity, that leads to your productivity, and see if you can repeat that. And don't put the stakes on, well, I got to get this whole thing done. Just say, I'm going to get some done now. It's going to be good. And make sure you're doing it in a way that you love it. Even if you're doing in the drudgery part of your creativity thing, make sure there's something that you're doing in that drudgery that you're excited about. At least it's, well, now I'm going to be a little closer to getting to this coolest part. But for me, it's, you know what, I'm going to write something a little differently than I usually would. Maybe the scene in the kitchen, or an internalized kind of dialogue thing. I'm just going to write it a little differently. Maybe have something going on. Maybe a cat is being absolutely irritating or something. That helps me enjoy it more. So that's my freebie. That's my challenge as well. Do that and then report back. Try to do that every day, every time you sit down to create, and see what happens. See what you can change. And I need to edit this and go to bed. So thank you for tuning in. Keep doing your creative stuff and keep reading. I'll see you on the flip side.